Up until the recent times, traveling carnivals and sideshows wound their way back and forth across the countryside. They were a part of Americana that's almost gone now. You can still find them at state fairs, and I'm talking about the carnival midways, where they offer games of skill. Can't be games of chance, has to be games of skill. And tonight we're going to play imaginary games of skill with 3 of you. And I have 3 little prizes. I have this little funky monkey, and I have this crab and this drunken mouse here. Okay. And working with 3 of you, let's see. Some folks I've not, oh, the pretty lady with the blonde hair. What is your name, please? Melissa. Melissa. M-E-L-I-S-S-A? Right. Okay. Melissa. Melissa, you are going to, in your imagination, play a game that involves the carnival game where you throw the pennies onto the plate or the little saucer. And now normally, if you get 1 penny to stick on top of the saucer, you get to keep the saucer. That's your prize. And of course, you're not allowed to spit on the pennies because that makes them stick. But tonight, I'm going to give you an imaginary 10 pennies. There you go, 10 pennies. Catch them. And you dropped one. Oh, stop it. Don't do that stuff. All right, now. She picked it up. All right, now. Melissa, before you do a thing, I would like to write down my impressions of where you're going with this. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, Melissa, I'm on record. I have committed myself, or certainly I should be. So, Melissa, how many of those 10 pennies did you get to stick on that plate? You get to throw all of them. How many stuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
3.
3. Yes. 3 pennies. Okay. Another pretty lady here. What is your name? Vicky. V-I-C-K-Y or I? I. Okay. Vicky. Vicky. Vicky, you get to play the game where you throw the rings at the case of soda bottles, Coke bottles, and if the ring goes over the Coke bottle, you win a prize. Well, you get to have 24 rings. There are 24 bottles in the case. You get to throw 24 rings. And I will make a notation of where I think you're going with this. Oh, 1 hint. 0 is not allowed. You were thinking that, weren't you? Okay, now. Yes, I think that's right. Okay, Vicky. How many rings on the Coke bottles did you get?
8.
I love this business. All right. And now, one more lady in the second row. And what is your name?
Rosie.
Rosie. R-O-S-I-E?
R-O-Z-I-E.
R-O-Z-I-E. So much for the omnipotent mind reader. All right. R-O-Z-I-E. Rosie. Rosie, you got 3 pennies. I knew that. And you got 7 rings, right? 7 rings, right? No, okay, you got 8. All right. Now, Rosie, you are going to play an entirely different carnival game. It's the one where you throw darts, okay? But first, Rosie, a little premonition on my part. Probably there. Now, tell you what, Rosie, since we got to you last, you get the pick. I have a drunken mouse, I have a crab, or a lobster, it's a crab, or I have a funky monkey. If you were to win this little thing, which of those 3 prizes would you like to have?
The mouse.
The drunken mousie. Okay, we'll put Rosie right here next to the mousie. Vicky, the crab or the monkey? The monkey. It's the crab. Oh, we need to play the game, don't we? All right, here it is. It's called Add 'em Up. Now, normally this is done by the Carney type who kind of double talks and adds wrong and does numbers. I'll do it very slowly. You get 5 darts, Rosie, and you get to throw them at numbered squares. So where should the first dart hit? Which number?
7.
7. Over here. Maybe I'd better use the blue and it writes a little bit better. 7. There we are. Now, did you read the rules? 1 dart per row, 1 dart per column. So, now, where does your second dart go?
25.
25. Right in the center. Good shot. Okay. Where does the third dart go?
13.
13. Ah, down here. Bingo. Okay. The fourth dart?
16.
16. Right there. And the fifth dart? There's only 1 spot left. 4. Okay. So you've thrown 5 darts, at least 4 of them were free choices. Okay, it turns out we didn't have any place to go with the fifth. 4, 7, 13, 16, and 25. 4, 7, 13, 16, 25. 13, 16, 25. Let's see what your score is, Rosie. 4 and 7 is 11, and 3 is 14, and 6 is 20, and 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 2, 3, 4, and 2 more is 6. 65 is your score. Now, remember before each one of you told me what you were doing, I wrote down on the back of the card your name was on my impressions of what would happen. And only then did you tell me. And in your case, Rosie, it's been there all this time while this has happened. Let's see, because if I have matched, in my mind, what I think all of you chose, that was 3 pennies, right? 8 rings, and 65. Let's see if we've got some winners here. Over here with Melissa, she got, sticking to the plate, 3 pennies. You're a winner. And Vicky and the monkey, yeah, I got you, 8. All right, there you go. And over here, Rosie got a score of 65. Give these guys a hand. All right. All right, thank you. This is really neat and it's really fun. One of the things I like about giving away small plush animals is you're giving things away and people say, oh. Okay? As opposed to sometimes you'll see people saying, there are 5 envelopes and there's a $100 bill in one and each of you gets a chance. Here everybody wins. Again, that's what contemporary mentalism is all about. You want your audience to feel good about themselves. You're not challenged or stupid. So anyway, here's the workings of this. It is basically the same thing as Hen Fetch's mental epic. It's a 1 behind. Okay? It's real easy to do. And as in a 1 behind, or if you're familiar with Hen Fetch's mental epic, one of the items has to be a force. Well, the item that's the force is the dart chart. Okay? And this dart chart is filthy. So I'll get another one. Okay, here we are. There we go. This dart chart is made specifically to add up to the number 65 when you do circle 5 numbers and no 2 in the same row and no 2 in the same column. Don't ask me how it works. Ask Martin Gardner how it works. But it does. And normally, by the way, you can do this even with a, you would normally write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that. I just jiggle the numbers around a little bit. It still works for me. So for those of you who are watching this on video, I want to freeze frame and take a look at the number layout, and that's what you'll use. Or if you wish, look inside the wrapper, on the back side of the wrapper around the cover of the tape. You'll find this reproduced and ready for you to use also. Anyway, this is the force. It always is number 65. So now that we have that out of the way, we can go on with the explanation as to how the whole thing works. First, you'll need 3 cards, 3 index cards, and 3 little prizes. And you start off by tucking the index cards underneath the prizes. When you finish, they're back tucked underneath. And hopefully your audience will go away saying, yeah, he pulled it out, wrote a number on it, put it back, and then asked the person. Okay? We want them to misremember. We're giving them every chance to misremember. But I've used different color cards here so you can see what's going on. And there is a move, it's a double lift, or a single buckle. Okay? Or a double push-off. You can do any of those things. But essentially, when you learn the first person's name, oh, wait a minute. I'm running out of pens. Please. Thank you. Okay. You learn the first person's name, Melissa, and you write it. I'll just put a big M here this time, okay? All you need to do is to do that double push-off and turn over 2 cards. Ostensibly, apparently, writing on the back of this card, actually you're writing on the back of this one. Okay? So, you turn it over, you do your double. And by the way, after you do that, keep it down jogged a little bit so it's easier to pick up for the turn back over. Okay? So you're there. Now, I'm going to write. Have I any idea how many pennies? No. I do know what the force number is going to be, 65. So that's what I write. Please don't do it this way. Because your audience can pencil read as well. They may, and they will. And so therefore, when you do it in little short strokes, trace over a little bit of it. I'll do it like this. I'll do this, and then I'll do this over here. And then I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll kind of trace it all back in again. So that, and I do all the numbers the same way, so that nobody gets a real clue as to what I've written. Then you put the pen clearly out of sight. Do your double turn over again. And by the way, when I do it in a turn this way, which totally keeps it hidden from the audience, but gives the impression of openness, like I don't care what you see what I've written or not. It just so happens you don't. Okay? Then I push it up square and I keep a break there. Then, hi, what's your name? She says Vicky. Ah, now I pick up at the break and I take both cards and I put them underneath as if they were one. And I wait until that point to do it, because that's when you need the next blank card. Hi, what's your name? Vicky? Vicky, cool. So we'll write your name down here. Now you've done that double transfer. So now the M card is in the middle. So check this out. We write Vicky. I'll put a V here. Okay? And again, you're going to do a double turnover. When you do the double turnover, you're actually now looking at the back of the first card. This whole business, by the way, is known as the Peter Warlock slate move. Okay? If you're interested in that sort of thing. Generally, I'm not, but there are historians out there. So you turn it over, and now it's Vicky. You're going to be throwing the rings on the bottles. What do I write? I don't know what Vicky's going to write. I've already written 65. Oh, yeah, she just told me 3 pennies. So I write 3. And then keeping up with the presentation, turn it back over, hold the break. Vicky, I'm already committed. How many you're going to stick? She says 8. 8. Go to the next person. Rosie. Hi, how are you? What's your name? Rosie. Tuck it under here. Again, write Rosie. R this time. Okay. And the same thing. You're going to do the double turnover again. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to write our impressions. 8. Now, if you want to, by the way, and I didn't do it this time, but you notice I teased her a little bit. 7? No, 8. And yours was 7, right? Nope. Nope. 7? Yep. 7? Nope. What you can do is write a 7, cross it out, and write an 8. Okay? And that's really cool. That's really cool. So anyway, then turn it back over again, and then you got your idea. Wait a minute, let me put these where they belong. Who wants which prize? And you put them out. Now you're all set to go down here, and obviously you've pre-recorded the last one. So again, they tend to think, the audience does, that all things which appear similar were done exactly the same way. Okay? That's Occam's razor thing again. So anyway, now you're doing the third person, you're doing the atom up. It always ends up 65. And so you finally finish by showing that, here we go. Melissa had 3, Vicki had 8, Rosie had 65, and there's nothing left but a tremendous round of applause. Thank you. And, oops. Thank you. That lovely piece of work was contributed to SYZYGY by a very good friend of mine, a person who is, without question, the world's leading authority on seance entertainment. He pioneered the seance at the Magic Castle. He's since moved to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I don't get to talk to him nearly as much as I used to. But his name is E. Raymond Carlisle, and it was the Midway Dream, and I hope you liked it.